ichienda imwe muchindirwira nondirwira baba vamwe vakaenda kwamufika nebwe imi muchindirwira nondirwira ishe akomana regaiwo ndifare gore kupera buda inyasha maoko mudenga ndakafamba baby munyika dzakawanda ndakaona baby maruva akawanda ndakafamba baby munyika dzakawanda ndakaona baby maruva akawanda my way kani my way kani my way Mutema kadea anendoro china kadea wangu murefu kadea anendoro china you already know kumure mbada back to your way. My name is Lamont Chitepo. We are currently on set for Your Way music video. As you can see, everyone is working hard trying to get the shots in. Because of you, baby girl, Ademanya. And if any man tryna put us on, go paya. Let me be your maga. Yeah. Oh baby, let me be your lover. Yeah. So we can sample this love together. Yeah. So we can run this race together. Yeah. I'm on the shag, do your way. Oh girl, I like it your way. The song that just came from, it was more like a joke about how like sometimes women like to take control, and I was like, I like it your way. It was almost like a joke, but also a reality, because sometimes you make jokes out of a real situation. So it was more like a joke and also more like a vibey thing. It was just a feel-good song, It wasn't planned or anything like that. I think I realized at a very young age that music was something that I really loved and enjoyed, and I would always. I remember I would listen to radio with my sister, and whenever a new song comes up, I would tell her whether it's a hit or not, and it will. If it's a hit, it will become a hit. So I was good at listening to music and really feeling the music, and so yeah, from there I just started trying to write my own songs from a very young age. Even in primary school, I would sing during assemblies and things like that. My early school was done at Sadziwa Primary School in Mutasa District, which is in Nyanga. I'm Samanyika, Tiswanachu. Tingo Buya. To be fair with you, I done music for a bit when I was in Zim, when I was based in Zimbabwe, and the likes of Decibel, XQ, Rocky, Plaxedis Wenyika. I was signed to Galaxy Entertainment alongside with them guys, but my project didn't really go that far because I relocated and things like that. And when I relocated, I just sort of didn't put myself in the spotlight, but I was still doing music. I did a collaboration with a guy called Staji. We were all very, very young and just having fun. His name is called Staji. He had a hit song. I think one of his songs stayed in the top 10 for about 60 weeks. So he was quite well known at that time. And we did a song together. It was all fun and games. The song was played, but we didn't really push it because we were not taking it serious. We were just having fun. I would say that it's always been serious, but I've decided that since I'm already serious with it, I better let it out there. I've always been serious, but when we talk about, in terms of making music, I've always been serious. And in terms of creating it, I've always been serious, and it's a passion of mine. It brings great joys when I make a good song. But in terms of getting the music out there, I was serious maybe a couple of years ago. I am the last born in a family of 6. My father died in a car accident when I was about 3 years old. So it's always been my brothers being my father figures and my sisters mothering me as well as my mom. And I'd spend most of my time with my mom, who was very kind and nurturing. I'd say my father died when he was about 36. But, you know, when my mom, I've never seen a man come to my house or a boyfriend or anything like that. So my mom was kind of like my hero, and I've always never wanted to let her down. So my values are really grounded in what she taught me, because she would wake me up at me and my sister 7 o'clock to go to the fields to cultivate the fields. And by the time it's about 10 o'clock, we'd see other people starting to go, but I would have been there ages ago. And by the time it's about 4 o'clock and the sun is setting, then people will be going back and we'll still be in the fields until we can't see what we're doing. So she's taught us to work hard, to be hunters, to work hard and to you know, to thrive and be independent the way that she was. So I say that I come from a very strong, cultured Zimbabwean background, and my brothers as well has grounded me as well to be a responsible guy. In terms of my own family, I'm still searching for the right one. I'm a Christian. When I was a young boy, I always used to ask I remember going to school and I asked my school teacher, "What do you mean, Jesus? What does that mean? Where did God come from?" And he was say to me, "Go and ask your mom." And then my mom said, "No, you go and ask your teacher. He's supposed to be teaching you." So I went backwards and forwards, and I lost interest in God. And then, but then the teachings that I would hear in class, I knew that there was something there. So I investigated it myself. By the age of 9 years old, I couldn't read and write because I was very shy. But I secretly started praying, and all of a sudden I could start making sense of words by myself. And that's when I realized that, you know, God is actually real, and I could feel it. I could actually feel His presence when I was at that age. So I've always been a Christian, and every move that I make, I've always been a child of God, and His hand, it's quite evident that it's been on my life. Given, you know, the dramas and trials and tribulations that I've gone through, He's always been, you know, He's always been I think I consider myself to be a very weak man, but because of my weakness, His greatness and His strength is shown. So I'm a very strong believer. I used to like, when I was young, my brother used to listen to, I would do whatever my brothers are doing. So if they're listening to reggae, I'll be into reggae. If they're listening to hip hop, I'll be into hip hop. If they're listening to mbira music, I'll be into mbira music. So I had a chance to listen to a lot of different type of music, because my sisters would listen to house, pop, R&B, the Adina Howards, the Tony Braxtons, and them ones. And my brothers would be listening to Garnet Silk, and it'll bounce on me. So I had a lot of different types of musical influences. I've always looked for somebody that can inspire me, because from where I came from, it always looked as though black people were the ones that were struggling, you know. When I realized that even Bob Marley was a black man, that inspired me to say, wow, he did this. So we can make something out of something, you know what I mean? So he inspired me in a major, major way. The fact that he had arenas and he had big concerts, and he was actually just a really, really humble man. And yeah, that inspired me to want to do something as a black man. My future ambitions, you will see them when they materialize. But expect something great. Expect greatness.
Because of you, baby girl, I admire. And if any man tryna put us under, go kaya. Let me be your mother. Hey. Oh baby, let me be your lover. Hey. So we can sample this love together. Hey. So we can run this race together. Hey. Oh man, it's do your way, your way, your way. Oh girl, I like it your way, your way, your way. Oh man, it's do your way, your way.
I like it your way.
Well, thank you guys for being with us today.
Boys, are you ready to chuck him in the pool?
To marry Jamie.
We're just throwing him, picking him up from here. From where he is. Like now. Yeah. Now,
No stress. Make money make sense. To care of my business. We do it your way. Do it your way. But I like how you moving. Make me go gaga. Tell me how you feeling. You won't take me higher.
Let me be your mother. Oh baby, let me be your lover.
Your lover and your friend.
So we can sample this love together.
Together forever.
So we can